Somewhere out there, a new EV just crossed 200,000 miles, and the battery still has more life left than the tires. Meanwhile, a car half its age is nearly already dead in the driveway. The badge won't tell you which one you're buying, the battery data will. Let's count them down. Number 7. Tesla Model S. The Tesla Model S has already done something very few EVs can claim. It has spent nearly a decade proving that electric cars can last far longer than most people ever expected, with countless examples exceeding 200,000 miles and some even passing 300,000. The Model S has built a reputation for exceptional battery and drivetrain longevity. This isn't a lab test, it's real owners driving real routes year after year and watching the numbers barely move. While repairs can be expensive if something goes wrong, owners who maintain these cars properly often keep them for many years, making the Model S one of the most proven long-term EVs ever built. Here's where it sits at number 7 instead of higher. The parts that age on this car aren't the battery or the motors, it's the support systems, air suspension components, door handles, and the older touchscreen units on pre-refreshed cars all show wear over time. None of that touches the part that actually moves you down the road. That part just keeps going. If you're shopping used, a 2018 to 2020 model with the updated hardware is the sweet spot. Get a battery health check before you sign anything, and budget for suspension and trim items rather than treating them as red flags. Treat the suspension like a maintenance item, not a surprise. The legend stops the mileage charts, but you don't need a luxury badge to get this kind of longevity. The rest of this list proves that. Number 6. BMW i3. The BMW i3 may be one of the oldest EVs on the road, but it's one of the most proven. Its lightweight construction and durable drivetrain have helped many owners rack up impressive mileage with very few major issues. This was a car that took risks nobody else was taking at the time: an aluminum and carbon fiber passenger cell, a compact rear-mounted motor, and a battery pack engineered with almost obsessive attention to thermal control. That early caution is exactly why so many of these cars are still running strong more than a decade after they left the factory. Sometimes the oldest EVs teach the biggest lessons. The i3 was never trying to compete on range or speed. It was built by engineers who assumed the car would need to survive a decade of daily driving without drama, and the used market has quietly confirmed they got that right. Owners report minimal battery degradation, low mechanical failure rates, and running costs that stay low well past the point where a comparable gas car would already be nickel and diming its owner with repair bills. The honest caveat here is parts availability, because production numbers were relatively low and BMW has since moved on to newer platforms. Some body and interior parts can take longer to source if you're ever in an accident. Mechanically though, this is one of the most quietly bulletproof EVs on the market, and it's often available for a fraction of what a modern EV costs. Number 5. Hyundai Kona Electric. Quietly one of the most dependable EVs available, with excellent efficiency, proven battery performance, and low running costs. It's easy to understand why so many owners refuse to part with it. This is the car that never shows up in the headlines, never trends, and never gets talked about at the dinner table. And that's exactly the point. Boring, in this case, means reliable. Reliability doesn't always make headlines. The Kona Electric runs a liquid-cooled battery pack and a conservative battery management strategy, which is a big part of why degradation rates on these cars tend to sit at or below the industry average. Real-world range holds up well even after years of ownership, and running costs are consistently among the lowest in this entire segment. If you're cross-shopping this one, check the recall and battery replacement history carefully before you buy, since not every Kona on the road is running the same generation of pack. Some early model years were affected by a widely reported battery recall. Confirm the state of health on the specific car in front of you. Get the paperwork on any battery work that has been done, and you're getting one of the most cost-effective long-term EVs on the used market today. Number 4. BYD Seal. BYD has quickly earned a reputation for building robust electric vehicles. The Blade battery, strong build quality, and impressive efficiency make the Seal one of the most promising long-term EVs on the market. This is a company that spent decades building batteries before it ever built a car, and that order of operations shows up in everything the Seal does. The pack itself uses a lithium iron phosphate chemistry that's inherently more thermally stable than the nickel-based packs found in many rivals, which matters enormously for long-term degradation and safety. It's no longer just an affordable alternative, it's a serious competitor. The battery is also structurally integrated directly into the car's body rather than bolted on as a separate unit. which adds rigidity and helps protect the pack itself from damage. Combine that with efficient motors and a charging system that can top up a meaningful amount of range in well under half an hour. And you get a car that's engineered end-to-end with longevity in mind, not just launched with a low price tag and hoping for the best. Early skepticism about BYD's long-term durability is fading fast, and the Seal is the car doing most of the convincing. As more of these accumulate real years and real miles outside of China, expect the reputation to keep strengthening rather than fading. Number 3. Tesla Model 3 2001 Plus. Years of real-world ownership have shown why the Model 3 remains one of the most trusted EVs available. Strong efficiency, continuous software improvements, and excellent battery longevity have helped it earn that reputation. High-mileage examples keep surfacing: taxis, rideshare cars, road trip machines that spend more time on the road than in the driveway. And the story is almost always the same. The battery outlasts everything bolted around it. The degradation curve dips early, usually in the first tens of thousands of miles, and then flattens into a long, gentle plateau that barely moves for hundreds of thousands of miles after that. There's a reason so many owners keep buying another Tesla. Software support is a genuine part of this story. Unlike a lot of older EVs that essentially freeze in time the day you drive them off the lot, the Model 3 keeps receiving updates that improve efficiency, user experience, and safety features years into ownership. That combination of a proven powertrain and a car that keeps getting better after purchase is rare, and it's a big part of why resale demand for these stays strong. If a straight no-hype breakdown like this is useful to you, a quick like and subscribe genuinely helps keep videos like this coming. Now, back to the list, because the Model 3 isn't just proven, it's setting up the surprise waiting at number 1. Number 2. Kia EV6. The EV6 combines fast charging, modern technology, and impressive long-term reliability. It's one of the few EVs that excels in daily driving, road trips, and ownership satisfaction all at once. The 800-volt architecture underneath means charging stops that used to take half an hour now take closer to 18 minutes, and the drivetrain shares its DNA with some of the most dependable electric hardware on the road today. Backed by one of the strongest battery and EV system warranties in the industry. Very few electric vehicles are this well-rounded. It's not the cheapest option on this list, and it's not the flashiest badge, but as an all-around package, comfort, charging speed, cabin technology, and a battery that holds up, almost nothing else competes with it at the same price point. Owners consistently report that the EV6 handles the full range of ownership demands, from daily commuting to long-distance travel, without exposing any single glaring weakness. The one thing worth checking before you buy is the same thing worth checking on any eGMP platform. EV. Confirm any relevant software and hardware recalls have been completed on the specific car you're looking at, and pull the battery health report. Do that, and what you're left with is one of the most complete, dependable EVs money can buy right now. And coming in at number 1, Hyundai Ioniq 5. The Ioniq 5 brings together almost everything buyers want. This is the car that made the rest of the industry nervous. The charging speed alone rewrites the ownership experience, from 10 to 8% in under 20 minutes on the right charger, thanks to the same 800-volt architecture that makes the EV6 so capable. It's spacious, genuinely well-engineered, and built with the kind of long-term thinking that shows up years later in the ownership data, not just in the launch reviews. It's the kind of EV many owners simply never feel the need to replace. What earns this car the top spot isn't one standout feature. It's that there's no glaring weakness anywhere in the ownership experience. The battery holds up. The charging is fast enough to eliminate range anxiety as a daily concern. The interior is practical enough for family life. And the backing warranty on the battery and EV system gives owners real peace of mind for a full decade of ownership. That's a rare combination. And it's why this is the car people buy expecting to replace in 5 years and then simply don't. That's the whole theme of this list. The cars that earn a never-sell-it reputation aren't the ones with the loudest launch event. They're the ones that quietly rack up the miles and keep doing it long after the warranty runs out. So here's the real takeaway. Reliability in an EV comes down to 3 things: battery chemistry, thermal management, and a drivetrain that's already survived real miles, not just marketing claims. Every car on this list earned its spot by proving that on the road, not in a release press. Notice the pattern too. The newest cars here still earn their place by already piling up real-world miles, not by promising to. That's the whole test. The cars you keep forever are the ones that have already survived out on the road, not the ones still making promises about the future. One more thing worth saying honestly before you go looking for one of these on a used lot. None of these 7 cars is perfect, and none of them is immune to age. What separates them from the rest of the used EV market isn't the absence of problems, it's that their problems are known, documented, and rarely touch the one component that actually matters most: the battery and the drivetrain that carries it. A worn suspension bushing or an outdated infotainment screen is an inconvenience. A battery that's lost half its range in 5 years is a different car entirely, and that's the failure mode every single one of these 7 has managed to avoid. That's also why year and generation matter more than badge loyalty. A brand new platform with 0 track record, however impressive it looks on paper, hasn't earned a spot on a list like this yet. No matter how good the press release sounds, every car here proved itself the same way. Years on the road, real owners, real mileage, and battery data that backs up the reputation instead of just repeating it. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these would you genuinely never sell? And which EV do you think deserves to be on this list that isn't? Drop it in the comments below. And if you're finding videos like this useful, subscribe, because next time we're doing the exact opposite of this list. The EVs that look like a bargain and will quietly cost you everything.